guys, hi my people, it's your girl Mungai Diaries. I've missed you guys. I've missed you. Yani hadi watu wananitumia to text inbox, Mungai, hatujaona video kwa YouTube, what's going on? We've missed you. I'm here, I'm back again with the energy. Saizi, I'm back with a good energy, and I'm promising you guys that I'll be giving you a video every weekend. Every week, I'll say every week I'll be giving you a video, guys. I promise you guys. I promise you. And by the way, I just want to say thank you for your support, guys. We are at 300 subscribers. You know how happy I am? I'm so happy and excited. Thank you for the returning subscribers. If you've not joined the family, kindly consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you will always be notified. And this is where we travel, learn, and discover. Now, Aupair, by the way, I love you so much, guys. I love you. And so, guys, I just want you guys to understand that we're not just doing this for fun, but we're doing this to educate each other. Someone out there who doesn't have an idea of, like where to start or who is an Aupair, all those things. That is why we are doing this, And, guys, I'll tell you something. The reason as to why I've not been, able to post a video, consistently, it's because new schedules. It's not easy, but I'm trying my level best to to cope up with everything. Guys, as you all know that I started my classes, that is my Danish classes, and balancing the classes, my duties every day as an Aupair, I also need my own time as a person, sometimes going out to meet friends, do some things, at least not to feel like you're not doing anything for yourself, but I'm always here for you guys. I always tell you guys, but they always say that if you have any question that you want to ask, anything about Aupair, any question that you want to ask, always feel free to ask in the comment section, okay, kindly, and I'll be more than willing to assist you guys. By the way, everything is possible. It doesn't matter how long it's gonna take, but things will work out. You do your part and God will do the rest. That's it. If you just log into an account to maybe if you create a profile to any website, just make sure you've given your best, you've introduced yourself nicely, you've written about your experience, you've given out the reason as to why that host family should give you that chance. Because I always tell you guys that you're not the only person who is applying, to be an Aupair. There's so many people you're competing with. So what reasons are you going to give to that host family so that at least they can give you that chance, okay? And don't give up. Please, that's my request. No giving up. If it worked for Mungai and someone else, Pia, it can work for you. It can work for you. So long as you have a certificate, kako form 4, you're good to go, and you have the experience of taking care of kids, someone's kids, not your own kids, but someone's kids. Some things I'll tell you guys that as an Aupair, things are not 100%, but you have to, to live with everything. You have to learn how to handle things. You have to learn how to handle the challenges. Knowing that you'll be living with people that are not your family, you have a big difference. These people have their different culture, you have a different culture, different language, and it takes time for you to know to bold and get away of how to live with them. It needs a lot of I'd say you need to be patient and be ready to to cope up with everything, and I can assure you guys things will always work out, okay? So on today's video we'll be talking about the questions that you're questions to expect when you go to an appointment or an interview at the embassy, okay? And if you've not watched the previous video, we talked about the questions you're supposed to ask your host family during an interview, okay? So we have to we are just going step by step, at least to educate each other. And so when it comes to when you go to an appointment at the embassy, they always have a lot of questions, but let's say for example they'll have 1,000 questions or 20 questions or 10 questions or 5 questions, but in those 5 questions they will only ask 1 or 2. So you have to like get get to understand all these questions. Maybe I'll not say all of them, maybe, but like if you're there and you have an idea of other questions, you can always write down there below, and then we can help each other. Okay, so I'll start by saying this. Let's say for example, number 1, let's say for example you've gotten a host family in Denmark. Okay, in Denmark, as an au pair, the host pays for your flight ticket. Whether you're in Kenya, whether you're in Ghana, whether you're in Europe and you're looking for another host family, the host pays for the ticket. Umeenda appointment at the embassy and they ask you, so since you're going to Denmark, who is paying for your ticket? Useme, I'll be paying for my ticket. Definitely you're going to fail. Why? Because you've not even taken your time to do your own research. I'll tell you guys, when you get a host family, okay, always take your time to do your own research and get to see what are the requirements of that country. Like, is the host family supposed to pay for your tickets or your visa? At least get to see. Also, like when you have an interview with the host family, always ask them about these things. Are they going to pay for your visa? Are they going to pay for your ticket? At least that way you'll be able to understand, what to expect. At the interview, you'll have an idea. Okay? Always make sure you've done your own research. At least this is the country you're going to live for 1 year or maybe 2 years. So if you don't get to to learn and see the things that you're supposed to do or the things that the host family is supposed to do, then it will not be easy for you to even to start over a new life. The other thing is, you should get to know where the family lives, the street, the city, where they live. That one, you should put it in your mind. And when you get a contract, when you're signing a contract with the host family, it has all their information, where they live, the street, the house number, everything. So at least when you're going for an appointment at the embassy, you should always note those things down. It's always not easy to to pronounce the names, since it's the first time. But at least if you have an idea of what it is, they will see at least, you know what you're saying. The other thing, you should get to know the names of the kids. Jua majina ya watoto. Hata kama you get to know the first name, that's perfectly fine. Usiende ukae hapo useme, I can't remember, I didn't see. You had all that time. The other thing, the names of the parents. Pia unafaa kujua. Okay? The other thing is about their work. Do they work? Do they work from home? Or do they go to work? At least ukae ukijuanga. Isn't it there are common things that you're supposed to know. Are we together? Are we together? Yes. And on my previous video, we said that you should also ask the parents, the host family, if they've had an au pair before. At least maybe if you're the first au pair, their first au pair, or maybe they've had another au pair. At least always ask these personal questions. No, at least when you go to the embassy, hautakuwa stranded. I'm doing this for you guys. Okay? Higher. The other one, you should even get to know about the population of that country you'll be going. I'll tell you something. You see here, when you go outside and meet, people from this country, they'll always ask you about the population of Kenya. Ama the population of your country. Like here in Denmark, Kenya is bigger than Denmark. The population of Kenya and Denmark, it's way too much different. At least it's always good to know about your country, so that even when someone asks you, you'll be able to say it. So if you're going to France, get to know the population of their country. Get to know. Usiende kuulizwa na hata hujafanya nini zako. Also, the other thing is about the currency. Know about the currency of that country. If you're going to Netherlands, wanatumianga currency gani? If you're going to Denmark, if you're going to Belgium, if you're going to Finland, what currency do they use? That's very important. And the other thing is about the salary, the pocket money that you will get. Every country has their own different pay of pocket money. It's very different. The pocket money that an au pair gets in Netherlands is very different from the pocket money that an au pair in Germany, in Belgium, in Finland, in Denmark gets. Very different. Always have that in your mind, okay? I hope you're together up until that point. The other thing, they will ask you about your schedule. They will ask you about your schedule. Have you had a conversation with the host family? In the contract, you will always get how do you call it? You will always get the schedule. Utakuwa unajua I'll be working for 5 hours, I'll be working for 10 hours, I'll be working for 8 hours, I'll be working for 12 hours. You should get to know. Here in Denmark, as an au pair, as a normal au pair, not even as an au pair, we work for 30 hours a week. I work 5 hours every day. When ulizo useme I don't know, ama useme 10 hours every day, they'll see you're not even serious with your life. Why? Because pia wewe umeenda it's like you're not even so sure of what you're doing. It's like you're not even prepared, of a new experience. For you to show them that you're more than ready for this, lazima uonyeshe kila kitu chenye wanakuuliza, you have it on your on your fingers, I'll say that. And that way it will be easier for you. Even when you're going for that interview, you'll not even panic. You'll not feel oh my goodness, what am I going to expect? I always say this, enda tu kwa your interview very brave, very putting a smile on your face. Usionyeshe you're scared or anything. Onyeshe, you know what? I'm ready for this. In that way, they can even avoid asking you questions, because at least when you present, you have an idea of what you're doing. Are we together? We are together. We've said about the names of the family. Pia wanaweza kuuliza about the hobbies of the kids. Unafaa kujua. It's very important. And then the other important point is they will always ask you, what's your plan after being an au pair? What's your plan after the contract? Let's say you're going to Netherlands. The contract in Netherlands is 1 year. What is your plan? Always remember to say your plans is going back home. Never say ati I'm planning after my au pair nibaki huko niende shule, sijui I do this. Just put the ideas of what you want to do after for yourself. Don't spit them out. You can say this: after my au pair, I'm planning to go back home and maybe continue with my studies. I'm planning to go back home, maybe start up a business, maybe join a volunteering, place, maybe go to children's home, or maybe volunteer in a kindergarten, do something. Or here you can even say after my au pair, I'll want to assist those who've not gotten a chance to learn, go to the country that you are. At least teach them the language and the culture. At least uonyeshe you have, even when you get the chance, you will go back home. Okay? Always put that in your mind. Usionyesha agency ama hata host that you're going there and ukwame. Hapana, uonyeshe wewe plans zako ni uende do your au pair for 1 year or 2 years and go back home. But wewe kwa mind yako unajua are we together? Are we together? I don't wanna sitaki kusema na kizungu sana about your part, because host wangu wote wawili wananipotanga hapa YouTube, so sitaki kusema hiyo sana, yes, to be on a safer side. And then here maybe they can even ask you, can even be asked about school. Let's say for example, here in Denmark, as an au pair, the host pays for your school. Well, when the ulizo useme maybe I'll be paying for my school, ama I don't know if I'll be going to school, but the contract says the host should be paying, the contract says the host will be paying for your school. for the language school, that's it, okay? Because it's very important for you to join a school and learn the language. Then it will be easy for you to learn the language, to learn the culture and be able to interact with people and get to learn a lot of things when you learn the language. It's very, very important. And like tumesema, acha niseme in my own language, like unajua like tuseme kama unataka kubaki kwa hiyo country yenye umeenda as an au pair, tuseme unataka kubaki uende shule, ama maybe unataka kuolewa, ama unataka kufanya kitu kingine, itakuwa very easy for you if you've learned the language. It's very important. It's not easy. Like myself, I've started the language classes, but I can tell you for sure it's not easy. It needs a lot of commitment, guy. More than it's not easy, but we have to do this. Like if you want something in life, you have to work for it. You definitely have to work for it. Have we talked about the currency? I guess we've talked about that. Like maybe wanaweza kuuliza pia, how did you find the host family? Never say like that you've been connected by someone. Always say that you find them maybe on social media or maybe in the website. That way to like I always tell you, not even I always feel like like when someone connects you with the family, don't just expose it like when kwa embassy useme. It's okay to say it, but at least it will show that it's something you've worked for. I don't know if that's the right way. I don't know, in a good way, but it's not coming out. But anyway, just note that. And then Pia, you should know about like the time difference. It's very important. Like right now at the moment we are in winter and we are 2 hours behind. Like in Kenya wako 2 hours mbele. Always get to know about things. Pia like kujua like season ya summer ni gani, season ya winter ni gani, season ya fall ni gani. At least get to know about the like the time difference, the weather and everything of that country. It will be easy for you. Okay, let's go to ready. Like I think how many, which other, or what is the other thing that I wanted to know? Pia like you can be asked if you have like relatives or friends in that country that you're going. Lazima useme hapana. Usiwe sema like uko na familia uko, friends ama nini. Always say haujui mtu. Usiseme uko na unajua mtu. Don't say that, okay? Always say no. And pia like you can be asked like before upate host family na decide kusema like you want to go to Aupair in France or Germany or anywhere. What were you doing before? Like maybe are you studying or are you working? Like at least that's why we were saying like they will ask you what are your plans after Aupair. At least kama ukisema like you're a student, you'll tell them that my plans is to go there at least do Aupair for 1 year, and tell them that I want to be an Aupair because I want to fund my education when I go back to school, at least get money, or maybe support my family financially, like vitu kama hizo. I guess I'll not talk more about it, then this video is gonna be too long and boring, and we don't want it to be boring. So like I think we'll close it up until that point, but this is what we're gonna do. If you have any question, kindly consider down there in the comment section, ask your question, and please take your time and go through this video, learn everything point by point. But if kama kuna kitu hautaelewa, always reach out. My IG handle is Mungai Diaries. You always reach out. My TikTok name pia ni Mungai Diaries. Yani like if you need any assistance from me. Nawapenda. I love you all. I love you all for the support. I love you.